All right, we got to talk about this. YouTube, welcome back to the channel. I'm your host TKK and we are back with another video, guys. Okay. So, we're going to talk about this. This is an important discussion, and I have to thank Tech with KG for the motivation on this video, okay? If you haven't seen his video, he made a video talking about like essentially the truth of the matter with like LG TVs in 2023. And I don't want to recite verbatim like what he was saying in the video, but it's a great video, man. And listen, Tech with KG, YouTuber, content creator in the tech space that I do respect. Man's got 20,000 subscribers more than I do. So I can understand it's not easy, being able to see everything that goes on in the community. But, if he happens to see this video, or if anybody wants to kind of point him this way, listen, man, I rock with you, bro, for real. I was on your live stream once or twice, and I got big respect for you. And I just wanted to tell you, thank you for making that video. I don't get to watch all your videos, is what I'm trying to say. Like, I know what you have more subscribers than me. I know I don't get to watch everything, so it is what it is. But I gave that video front to back watch time, and it was a great video, right? And it spoke a lot to what I was feeling and expressing. And as I'm sitting here, guys, I've got LG 45-inch monitor behind me. I got a secondary one of these that I actually reviewed when I did the review of the 45-inch, this monitor that's behind me. I gave that one to my son and then bought one for Lady Hera. I've got an LG G2 in front of me. We just gave away a C1 77-inch from 2021. And the G2 is in front of me, and it's great. In this same room, I had the 55-inch LG G3. And, I just want to, I want to chime in and talk about this some more without me deliberately, like, I don't mean this with any malice. So I'm not trying to ruffle feathers, but I'm going to speak truth, right? Just from my perspective, man. Because I've been in this space buying these levels of TVs for a long ass time, man. A long time. Like, I'm not a member of any forums, threads, none of that. Just bag dropper. You know what I'm saying? Bam, let me go get what I need to get, and I'm out of there, right? And so, when I started to share my experiences with these TVs on YouTube, I can understand where a person might have thought, okay, he's new to the game, until you see the frequency and you see the consistency and you see the unbothered energy, because it's like nothing impresses me other than what I want to impress me. And if that impresses me, then guess what? I got it, and probably going to be the first one with it. That's how I am. So I had the G3, and I remember clearly when I got that TV, made a community post. You can check back the dates, right? I got the TV after the wave of people that got it from like, what is it? Whatever the tech shop is. I can't think of the name. I'm drawing a blank right now, where you got the guy where Whisper Status and FOMO, they get all the TVs and stuff like that. I got mine from, big box, right? So got the TV when it first came out. And as the TV came to my home, I was literally getting ready to go to Detroit, because that's where I'm from. So I was there for a week, and I'm sitting there for a week, and I'm thinking like, damn, I got this G3 at the house, and I'm ready to get this thing going. And, I'm giving y'all a story time about my experience with the G3. You can watch my man KG's video, but it'll tie it all in. So I get home, and I'm so excited for this TV. Now, mind you, I get this TV in 55-inch. I buy this TV to replace a Samsung S95B in 55-inch, which now the S95B belongs to my daughter, who's 4 going on 5, right? So yeah, so I get rid of that TV, and I got the G3, and I'm just knowing, because the history of that I have with LG, right? The TV I bought prior to that was the C2, and prior to that was the C1, you know what I'm saying, and so forth. And so I'm just knowing I'm finna have my way with it. I got a gallery TV. I lead the C model. I'm in the G, and I get the TV, and I'm immediately, because I bought it as a gaming TV. This part is very important for you to understand the perspective in which I'm coming from as a consumer, not a reviewer. I'm a consumer, customer, a custo, if you will. I am not a TV reviewer. I do Understand that I review TVs and I talk about them and people are attached to that, but I am at the end of the day just like you guys, right? So that being said, I get the G3 and I'm gonna tell you, I'm just being honest with you, man. Immediately when I set it up, at first I'm like, okay, I can see the bright, I can see the pop. Because, you know, when you set the TV up, you turn it on and it's got like the artwork mode. And I'm like, okay, this is popping more than the C1, which is where my experience is, you know, coming from. And I'm just like, okay, looks good. You know, but I turn on a game and I'm just like, man, this shit ain't looking like, it ain't looking like, you know, how it's supposed to look. Like my expectations were just not there. And so, you know, I meet the content that's on the channel. So when you guys look, you can look at the catalog. I shot this stuff in chronological order just to make it real for you. But I make the content and whatever the video was, I'll try to card it in. I'm just like, I'm not impressed with this thing. You know what I'm saying? And lo and behold, I'm bombarded with LG people that are just like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about and this and that. And I'm like, bro, how can I, of all people, not know what greatness looks like? A90K, A95K, S95B, right? I mean, you name it and I got it if I wanted it. I don't want 8K TVs because I don't have the content, the hardware to push 8K. And so, you know, I just knew that I just wasn't seeing something right. Now, this is without me putting my heads together with FOMO, with Classy, with Tech with KG, with Whisper Status. These are all people that I respect. When TKK gets the TV, I'm immediately putting an RTX 4090 to it. We're going to work there. We're not caring about movies. I don't care about video fidelity, you know, motion or any of that stuff as it relates to a movie, a motion picture experience or anything like that. I'm about gaming because I bought it in 55-inch. There's no reason I would care about it in the movie space if I own a S95C in 77-inch. No reason at all for me to care about it in the movie space if I own an A95K and 65-inch, right? So I'm just trying to really be dramatic, but I'm painting the picture for you guys. So I'm playing games with it and I'm just absolutely not feeling it at all. Like, I'm just not. I'm like, yo, I'm thinking to myself, as I start comparing it to, you know, like the S90C, we made that content, got that side by side for you guys. Cause at the time I had both of the 4090 builds on the wall that I'm pushing towards now. Right. And so S90C here, which is left, I know it's reversed for you guys, and G3 on the right. So I mean, you can't push stronger hardware for a game than that, right? And so I'm just like, yo, there's just something wrong with this TV. You know, there's something wrong with this. It's just not showing the way that it needs to show. So then I start doing the research, because keep it in mind, I don't buy my TVs based off the opinions of others. Like, I'm not saying that with any pride or anything, but I'm confident enough to make my investment. But I gotta say that was the worst investment I've ever made in the space of me buying TVs. 100%, that was the worst investment that I made. Keeping in mind that I bought the TV for gaming, right? So I say to you guys this, I don't know what it is that LG has done this year with the 23 models. Let's just focus on the C3 and the G3. Don't own a C3, no desires to, you know, buy a C3. Wouldn't buy it to just test it out. I'm not into the, you know, rent and then review and then return type of deal. What was that? Rent, review, return. It's triple R. I'm not into the triple R, the 3 R's, right? I'm more into, you know, do the research, buy it. If it works out for me, great. In most cases, it will. I've taken some L's in buying TVs, and in most cases, I'll deal with it. But I was just like, hell no. Nah. So then I got the blessing of the G2 and 77-inch around the same price point. It was actually a little bit less. And I said, man, listen here. Now, I got this Gallery 2 in front of me, guys. I played Street Fighter, made content. I've played single player games. I've messed around with this thing. And the G2 for gaming looks absolutely fantastic. I would argue that it looks better than the G3. It does. The thing that is missing is that level of brightness with those pure whites on that G3. they were amazing. Now, the G3 didn't look bad. It just didn't look where you would expect it to look. I felt almost as if I would have been okay for sure sticking with like a 48-inch C1. And that's so 2021. I had already sold the 48s we had, got rid of those, had the 77. You guys know the drill. You've been following me. So all I'm saying is that, you know, I think that LG might have went in the direction of displaying the gaming functionality with the 23 models the same way that they have with the monitors. Whereas they might have reduced some picture potential to offer you performance, because the G3 still performed really well. I have to tell you that. I do believe that it's probably one of the best gaming TVs of this year, of all time, honestly. It like, from a performance perspective, and keep in mind, 4K is 4K, and the picture quality was great. It's just that there was a diminish of return to the point where I felt like I literally was like, man, this TV doesn't look better than the S90C. And I understand that you have different panel technologies. You can shift one way or the other for different things, right? But I just wasn't impressed with it. Now, when it came down to me looking at the G3 from a movie perspective, because I shot a little bit of content before I returned this TV. And by the way, I had people trying to troll me. Oh, you're returning this and this and that. Man, you can't try me with that, man. The resume's too long, right? But before I got rid of the TV and exchanged it for the better option, right? Financially, size, and performance for how I wanted to use it, I did put on some content and it looked pretty good. The thing is, in 55-inch, the investment that I made for that size, again, I got 77 inches around the house. We got the A95K and 65. 55 is just too damn small for me to be utilizing to try to watch some content to enjoy it. So again, I say, hey, man, I appreciated the video that Tech with KG made. It was a great video. I love the way he does his comparisons videos. I just, I have the technology, but I don't have the talent. I don't have the time, right, to invest for that kind of stuff. But maybe we'll evolve, and next year we'll get better at doing that. For now, we're just going to keep on doing what we do, though, right? In any event, I want to know what you guys' opinions are on the 23 models from LG, both C3 and G3. I've given you mine. And if we need to discuss this TV, we will again. But it feels like every time I mention something with that TV and I speak my own truth, people take it as malice. We got LG all throughout here. We love LG. But the 23 models just are not where it's at, man. Not if you're more gaming centric, right? But that's my opinion. I want to hear yours. Sound off in the comment section. And if you're not subscribed, consider doing that. We're on the road to 10K. We're going to keep the grind going. But catch you guys on the next video. Peace. God bless. And as I always say, man, max love.